Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I have two statue unboxings for you. These are two more additions to my Hunter Fan Studio collection. I am looking to collect most of them. They're one of my favorite Hunter x Hunter statue manufacturers, so I'm glad to be adding these to the collection. I love the way these pair up together, which is why I'm unboxing them together for you guys today. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. We're gonna start off with one of my favorite Hunter x Hunter characters, which is Hisoka. All right, so we got some more gloves here. It looks like more unlicensed companies are starting to put gloves in here, so let's try these out. See if these work any better than the last ones I used, which was kind of a fail. All right, let's go. I also get a little booklet. It's in here. Gives you the instructions on how to assemble this. Another thing more unlicensed studios are starting to do recently. So yeah, it gives you all of the pieces there and then a bunch of instructions. There's actually quite a bit, which might be helpful just because there's a bunch of resin pieces, and you guys know those pieces usually take some time to figure out where they go. So this might actually come in handy this time. All right, let's get into it.
Drop that heat.
I'm super excited about these because honestly, I love the heck out of them. They were so satisfying to put together. I don't know, something about the way that all the resin pieces fit together was very satisfying to assemble, especially with this Hisoka right here. I love the way that the clear resin kind of swirls around his body. I think it looks very cool, very nice. And then with Illumi, I just love the color of the clear resin. It's like purple, but also pinkish. I kind of wish they would have used this color for Hisoka as well. His pinkish clear resin color is a little bit too light, but it still looks really nice. I do really love it in person a lot more than the pictures that I saw online. The clear resin looked a little bit too light in those pictures, but in person I'd say it looks a lot better. Yeah, so yeah, honestly I'm just super happy to own both of them. They pair up very nicely as well. And oh my god, I don't even know what to say. I'm like super happy right now just to have these. I need to figure out a cool display for these because they definitely deserve it. But let's go ahead and jump into the rating for each of these like I usually do. We're going to talk about the base, then we're going to jump into the body sculpt, the face sculpt, and just the overall concept, how I feel about the design and everything like that. So first up for the base, both of these, they're very minimalistic type bases. We just have the brown rock for Hisoka and then the gray rocks here for Illumi. There's also no sort of plate, like some statues like to put a plate to show off either the series or something special about the character. In this case, it would have been a good opportunity to sort of do like the spiders. I'm hoping that Hunter Fan Studios does a Phantom Troop at one point, because looking at these two, they're definitely the ones that I'm gonna go with. Even if there's like a licensed studio that does them, I think Hunter Fan is the way to go for Hunter x Hunter statues. They just knock it out of the park always. But yeah, for the base, they're very simple. There's nothing too special about them, honestly. You know what though? I am gonna include the clear resin effect and the little details that they add to each one of these for the base. So for Hisoka, I already talked about the pink clear resin swirling around Hisoka. I really like that. Also these cards, when I saw that in the package, I thought it was gonna be super difficult to assemble, but they actually made it fairly simple. You can kind of see where all of the cards go into. You put them in there, they fit nicely, not too big of an issue. I love the base when I include that clear resin effect to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 9 out of 10. The ground itself is a little bit too plain, but that clear resin just elevates the statue for me. Same thing for Illumi. I'm probably gonna go ahead and give it the same score. In this case, the crows were a little bit more difficult to attach than the cards, which is kind of weird because these are like smaller pieces. The crows are bigger. They have notches, so you can kind of figure out where they go, but just something about trying to figure out where to put the crows, even with the instructions, was a little bit difficult. But once you figure it out, I think it looks great, as you guys can see here. The crows really remind me of Itachi from Naruto, obviously, but they do have a really cool, like, sort of metallic color to them as well. I think the paint job on the crows was done really nicely, and on the feathers as well, that you can see throughout the base. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with a 9 out of 10 for these bases. Now the body sculpts, oh my god, when I took these guys out of the packaging and I looked at the body sculpts, especially for some reason with Hisoka and his boots, I was just super impressed what Hunter Fan Studio was able to do here. They have all the texture down perfectly. The boots are perfect for Hisoka. Overall, they did a fantastic job, and I'm gonna give the body sculpt for Hisoka a 10 out of 10. And for Illumi, same thing. I was super impressed with the body sculpt, so I'm giving that one a 10 out of 10 as well. Now going into the face sculpts, this is where I had a bit of issues. Mainly with Hisoka. I don't know why. I feel like his face is a little bit too like skinny. Overall, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It looks good. I love the tattoos. They did a great job with the hair sculpt. It's just, there's something about it that looks a little bit too skinny for me. And so that is gonna drop it a few points. I'm gonna give Hisoka an 8 out of 10 for the face sculpt. Illumi, on the other hand, oh my god, I love the way that the hair looks here. The way that it flows. This gives me a lot of hope that at one point Hunter Fan Studio will make an awesome Dot Gon, and they will make the hair kind of flow similar to this. As I said, I love what they did with the hair here. And the face sculpt as well, I think it looks perfect. So yeah, Illumi, I'm gonna have to give his head sculpt a 10 out of 10 just for that hair alone, man. I just love the hair. And I just can't stop looking at how good it looks. Yeah, right now Illumi is taking the win for my favorite between these two. So now moving into just the overall design, how I feel about it. You know, just that wow factor that I get when I look at the completed statue. I'd say Illumi, again, will take the win there. I think overall, the concept here was done a lot cleaner. I love the way that the clear resin looks. I love the way that the hair looks. The crows as well. Well, the placement for some of them was a little strange. I feel like they're a little bit too close to each other. I think it still looks great once it's fully assembled. Same thing goes for Hisoka. Honestly, there's not too many negative points that I have for either of these, aside from Hisoka's face just being a little bit too skinny, the likeness not quite being there. And there is another head sculpt for Hisoka, which actually looks a little bit better just because the hair covers most of the face. But I honestly prefer Hisoka with this hairstyle. I feel like that's his iconic look throughout the series. We really only see Hisoka in this hairstyle a few times in the show, so I didn't decide to go with this head sculpt, but I do like the fact that they include a little mini bust to display next to the statue if you wanted to. Another thing that I kind of like but dislike as well is the hands, actually. The hands, I don't know where that's from. Like, I've never seen this skull anywhere in the anime, nor have I seen this skeletal hands in any of the nin abilities that Hisoka uses. So I think that's just some creative liberties that they decided to take with this statue in particular. Like I said, I don't mind them. Like, I think these two hands here actually look pretty cool. It's just this part right here that I don't really understand, like, why they needed to put this skull head behind Hisoka. So you know what? I will knock some points for that. I will give this a 9 out of 10 for the overall concept and the wow factor and how I feel about it. Whereas Illumi, there's really no negative points. I'm gonna have to give this one a 10 out of 10. So I'll put the final score for each of these on the screen. So let me know how you guys felt about this sort of video format. I tried to speed things up with the assembly and then go straight into the figure showcase and then do my review here at the end. Let me know if you guys prefer it this way and I can continue doing it this way moving forward. But yeah, I love these statues. If you guys can get your hands on these, I definitely recommend it. I know I saw Illumi on Fanatic Anime Store a few weeks ago. I haven't checked as of recently, but if it's there, I suggest you guys pick him up right away. He is a S-tier statue in my opinion. Hisoka, for the most part, I haven't seen him online anymore, so he's pretty much sold out. He would be really difficult for you guys to find. So yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think of these statues in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video.